Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, iRacing fans from around the world, welcome to Friday Night Flights, proudly brought to you by the great pizza guys over at Blaze Pizza. Greg McClendon in the house tonight here at Richmond International Speedway. Hopefully going to get a chat interview with Greg McClendon before tonight's race is over. But here we sit, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Richmond. Itty-bitty little track. Nice weather out here at 75 degrees, but I tell you what, the size of this track, that is going to be the issue out here. 0.721 miles. You heard it right, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 3/4 mile track. The lap times that the drivers have been putting out here are in the 19s, 20s, and 21s. Now, I tell you what that means. On the good side, we can go caution-free, have a great, nice, very short, very easy, nothing but a Friday night drive. Or on this 19-second track, well, as they say, it can go to hell in a handbasket. A lot of great drivers out here joining us tonight. We've got Edward Bray, Freeman Kelly, the guys from Dark Horse Racing, Greg McClendon, George Stratton, Howard Bell, and William Vandiver joining us, representing Dark Horse. Jack Watts in the house tonight, representing Southeast Motorsports. Along with Joel and Chris, the guys from RTK, Ronald Klein, Brad Ream, Black Talon, Lee Staples, and Edward Bray, and Travis Browder in the house tonight as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking a quick look at our qualifying order out here tonight at Richmond. Out there on that front line, no surprise there, Matthew Quick with a 19.890, side by side with Travis Browder with a 19.895. William Vandiver in third position with a 20.105, side by side with his teammate George Stratton with a 20.106. Edward Bray in fifth position with a 20.107. We got a 5, 6, and a 7 right there. Good stuff. Jack Watts in position 6th. Lee Staples in position 7 starting out tonight. Howard Bell in 8th position. Paul Pepper out of Canada, that's a new name to the field tonight, in position 9, side by side with Brad Ream. Position 11 belonging to Donald Stewart. 12th position, Freeman Kelly. Good man right there, Freeman Kelly. Greg McClendon, our host with the most, in position 13 in the number 40, and Jay Anderson in position 14 tonight. Richard Brose in the house in the number 4 in position 15. David Buttersworth in position 17th. Near the rear of the field, Ronald Klein, Joel Guy 19th and 20th. And rounding out the field tonight is Chris Hogue in position 21. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is your starting field for the night. Now, joining us in the booth, we have a very special guest announcer. Joining us in the booth is my very good friend, Lee Ryerson. How are we doing, Lee?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Glad to have you up here, not only in the house, but in my house as well. Come up and travel halfway across the world to come and see me. What do you think tonight's race out here at Richmond is going to yield? Because I tell you what, it's an itty-bitty little track out here.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure being in your house, in the booth with you personally. Appreciate all the love here, and it's a tight track. It can be either way. You want to save some tires and work it slow, you'll do good. If you work it hard, it'll come back and bite you.
Now we do see Travis Browder up there in the front. Travis Browder, a driver that knows how to get things done, but he is going to be side by side with Matthew Quick. Now, Matthew Quick, we saw struggling a little bit out here in practice with a lot of spin-outs. Do you think we're going to see a lot of those spin-outs happening tonight?
Possibly. Travis is pretty good up there, and some guys were probably trying some setups here, and maybe that's what we were seeing at the end here, some of the spin-outs, and they were probably trying some things like we usually like to do, and hopefully, yeah, we have a good race here.
Well, you know, you mentioned the sets, and tonight is an open set race. The drivers were allowed to get out here and tinker and tanker with the mechanics of these big boy Cup cars. And these are indeed the Cup cars. The Ford Fusion, the Chevy SS, and Toyota Camry. These are the most powerful cars that you can get out here. So I tell you what, you know, we are in store for 100 laps. Lee Ryerson and Scott Kolovic up here in the booth. Take away this start there, Lee.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Travis is, Matthew Quick is up off on the front. He's running there.
Matthew Quick doing a great job trying to get out there in the front. Is in the front, trying to stay up in the front. But look at the number 18 and the number 43 battling it up for position 2 and 3. Travis Browder on the outside of the number 43. Number 43 of William Van Diver. How important do you think tires are going to be out here tonight, Lee?
Yeah, tires are going to be very important. You know, Travis is pretty good with that. He got around him. Hopefully these guys are just going to fall in and start running some laps here. It looks like they're going to do that to save some tires. And, oh, nope, there goes number 43. He just, pushed a little too hard there.
Number 43 is indeed in the grass and off that track, but no caution will fly as of yet. But indeed, we did have the cameras on the William Van Diver, number 43, and round and round and round. He went classic example of a driver over-driving. Now, what could he have done to prevent that overdrive there, Lee?
He possibly could have not as pushed it as hard. You know, he was up front, and there is a lot of pressure when you're running up front. You know, those guys are coming quick on you. And you're kind of watching your mirror a little bit more than you're watching your windshield, and the pressure probably got to him a little bit, and you know, just overcorrected a little bit, and there you go. It's a simple little thing like that. I mean, you know, these guys are coming up on you quick, so you don't want to get in their way. You want to watch where you're at. You know, there's a lot of things that are going on at one time in the car that a lot of people don't understand, you know.
Drifting back to the number 24 of George Stratton out here representing Dark Horse. Now George started up in 4th. He has dropped early on back to position 7, along with Brad Ream in position 8, who's gained 2 spots, but Brad Ream getting passed by the number 78 of Donald Stewart. Good side-by-side racing here with Donald Stewart and Brad Ream. Brad Ream representing RTK Motorsports, and Donald Stewart representing High Performance Lane Racing.
Yeah, they're doing some side by side there. They're gonna burn up their tires a little bit if they do that. They should just fall in, and looks like everybody's going single file right now. You know, it's awfully different being up here in the booth with you, Scott, and you know, watching these guys do what they do best. You know, in the booth is a lot different than it is sitting at home watching on TV or sitting there in the race car, following them round and round.
Right now, we are keeping our cameras focused on the front 2, 3, 4, and 5. Travis Browder, Edward Bray, Jack Watts up to position 4, and Howard Bell sitting very nice in position 5. But positions 2 through 5, well, in fact, positions 1 through 9, pretty much single file. All drivers making sure they are minding those tires, but Edward Bray looking like he's getting a little bit of pressure there onto Travis Browder in the number 18 M&M.
Yes, sir. I see that. You know, Travis likes that little bit of pressure every now and again, though. Gets him excited. You know, pushes him a little harder.
Jack Watts getting a run on the number 66 of Edward Bray. Jack Watts running with Southeast Motorsports, showing his sport out here tonight for PAD. Now, you're a recent winner in the race for PAD, I do believe 2 months ago. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Going to be pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
We are going to be running our monthly race for PAD coming up this Sunday in 2 nights, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the last time I couldn't sweep it for the weekend, but it's a good fun race and it's a good cause.
But
You know,
talk to us a little bit about Pat and what you know about Pat Lee.
people these days, they're like, the phones. It's insane. It's you got to put them down. You got to stop texting. Social media is the worst. It goes all the way down to bullying these days. It goes to a lot of things. People are just stuck in the phones. It's when you get in the car, put the phone down. Don't worry about what's going on. Get to your destination, or pull over to the side of the road if you need to check your phone. Because you can take somebody else's life. And, you don't know if they're jamming on their brakes, and you don't ever know what happens. But
good advice right there. Very good advice. Taking a look at the racing going on between the number 81, David Buttersworth, and the number 61 of Brad Green. Nice side-by-side action as the number 81 pulls easily around the number 61, but back up into that high lane, back down onto that bottom yellow groove. They're almost running a in and out formation around this 0.7 mile track.
yes, sir. I mean, I'm just in here watching right now. I'm watching Edward just follow Travis around. Travis is watching his mirrors, so Edward's just sitting there as the Reaper. They're like a shark, ready to just bite. There he goes. See, look, he's
Well,
maybe Travis has got the live feed going right now because it looked like he checked up there a little bit as I was talking about Edward coming up on his little bumper.
Like he got a little bit of a goose right there, and away he went.
Yes, sir. We got the number 6 up on the high side. Lap car down.
Number 6 being driven by Chris Hogue tonight, representing RTK, has fallen to 4 laps down here at Richmond. We are on lap 19 of 100. Our current race leader is Matthew Quick, leading 19 laps of 19.
Oh, we just had Edward Brave lost it. Don't know what happened there. Blew tire or something. Fortunately, it's good.
We'll back that up, take a look at that. And we are looking at the number 66 of Edward Bray. Possibly a tire going down. There was no reason at all, no contact with any other driver. But the number 66 of Edward Bray, that's got to be a tire going down right there, Lee. There's just no other explanation. Didn't see any type of net code. The car just going to the right. Unfortunate break there for the number 66, the 88, and the number 77.
Exactly. He might have had a little bit of aggressive setup there in the beginning, thinking maybe a caution would come out and come back out and rechange some things. He was putting it on Travis for a little bit, so he might have worn that tire out.
Well, I will put Matthew Quick, Travis Browder, Howard Bell, George Stratton, and Jack Watts, our top 5, all into pit row. The Staples into pit row. Edward Bray making his way into pit row as well. Do you believe that's going to cost Edward Bray a backup vehicle then?
Yeah, it sure does look like that, bud. That was a pretty hard hit.
Travis Browder out there in the number 18 M&Ms. Going to get a quick moment in with Travis Browder. How about it, Travis Browder? Have you got a copy?
Hey, Scott, how are you? You feeling better?
I'm feeling a little bit better. Thank you, sir. How are you feeling out here tonight on this 0.7 mile track?
Richmond is a pretty fun track, short track. It's located in Richmond, Virginia. I'm looking forward to this Cup race this evening.
All right. Now, we did just see Edward Bray get a little bit loosey-goosey right there. Talk to us about what may happen.
I think he just got a little loose off the corner. The rear end just kicks in, like the rear end wants to kick around on exit. It's gonna be car control tonight. Throttle control, brake control. You just got to be easy on the car around this track. It is pretty flat. All
right, and do you feel that you got some competition out there? Is there anybody out there you're going to keep a very close eye on?
All the drivers, Scott. All the drivers are all competitions out here. It's going to be very interesting.
Anybody's game at this point in time.
It's still early right now. It's going to be all about lap 100. Who's got what at the end.
All righty, good luck to you, Travis Browder.
Thank you, Scott.
Now, Lee, I do want to give a big shout out there to your daughter out there, Ryerson81 on the KMA TV chat, saying, "Happy birthday, Dad." Now, that's got to make it feel right down pretty darn special. What do you think?
Yes, sir, it sure does. You know, I just seen that too pop up, and like I said, it's great that I have a great birthday present right now, being up in the booth with you personally, and here we are in the official KMA booth broadcasting. You know, it's the best birthday present anybody can ask for. And then there you go. I got my daughter, unfortunately, that always watches me race, but is right now watching me broadcast, so that makes me feel even better.
Cool. Very happy dad right there. And nothing can beat a happy dad on a Friday night. But Matthew Quick right now, Matthew and Travis will be the drivers out here tonight to beat. George Stratton will be bumped up into position 3, checking in with Edward Bray. He will recover near the rear of the field in position 13. Ronald Klein sitting back in position 14. Nice looking paint job on the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Now we're going to go in-car camera, Lee, on this next restart. We're going to take our fans in with the gyro cam. So talk to us about this restart here. How important is this restart on lap 25?
It's very important. You know, it's everybody's diving for that first corner, so you got to kind of pay attention and make sure that you don't overdrive the corner and do what you got to do getting into that corner and not overdrive it, so you run up into somebody else and ruin their race. You know what I mean, bud?
In-car camera with Ronald Klein as he is trying to track down the number 66 of Edward Bray. And Edward Bray, the Reaper, the number 66, wanting some positions back here on lap 26. Big shout out there to Chris Hogue on the KMA TV chat as the number 43 comes ripping by the number 76 of Ronald Klein, 43 being William Van Diver with Dark Horse Racing.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing for Edward to do, though, is just sit back and, you know, get his focus back. And, you know, sometimes when you spin it, you get a little aggravated and you're in the back of the pack and you want to get back up to the front, but you can overdrive the car too, so kind of needs just to get his tiger back, as they say, and is that Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights.
That's right. Or go fast.
Now, William Van Diver, seeming a serious man on the mission, wanting to get some moves back as he does come around the number 81. The number 40 in trouble. Number 40, Greg McClendon, going for a spin. No caution will fly, but the number 40 showing a good amount of front end damage. Hate to see when our sponsor, Greg McClendon, gets beat up, but he is taking a licking on that left front side there, Lee.
Yeah, it sure did look like it. It looks like he just, you know, lost it too. Maybe lost caution, just grabbed 2 tires or something like that.
Still not out of it, though. He is only about 8.6 seconds back off of our race leader, Matthew Quick. Matthew Quick has led 31 laps out here tonight, started first. Jack Watts up to position 2, starting about there in 6th. Caution is out.
Yeah, that just helped him. That just helped him pretty good. A little tap to the wall, got him back so he didn't go a lap down, and we get in there and get that thing fixed.
Taking a look at the number 61 of Brad Ream. As he does come back out of that corner, he gooses it, and she turns loose. We can watch the momentum of Brad Ream, the number 61, as he is exiting onto that corner. Gives it just about what he thought was right enough gas, but instead that gas slams the number 61, drives the number 61, Brad Ream, up into the wall on his own accord. 2nd caution of the night on lap 33. Matthew Quick having to darn near stop the car to get the caught up with the pace car. 2 cautions within 33 laps out here at Richmond. That's not a bad night, Lee.
Not bad. I mean, 3 cautions so far. I mean, we can, a little overdriving here. We should settle down and let's go here. Run some green flag laps. Bud.
Definitely would like to see some green flag pit stops.
Yeah.
But right now, as these drivers are going in, cautionary. This looks like it could be Matthew Quick's night if these cautions do keep flying out.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it could play into his hands.
Now, Edward Bray, looky there. Edward Bray has worked his way back up to 2nd position. Ronald Klein sitting in 3rd. Going to take a quick look at our running order. Matthew Quick, Edward Bray, Ronald Klein, Jack Watts, and George Stratton running out our top 5 here on lap 34 of 100.
Yeah, I apologize for saying, 3 cautions. We should be doing better. It's weird being here up in the booth watching because I'm more of a driver, and as a driver, we don't really want to see those cautions. We want to get going, so, I apologize, and things happen as they happen, but,
But, so far they have been just single car spinouts, so that's fortunate.
Exactly. And there we go where I was saying where, drive, they need to settle down and, let's start running some laps because you're pushing the car a little bit. This is a loose track. You push a little bit, you go too much into the corner, it's going to push you up right into the wall. And, when you're coming off most corners, you're almost scraping the wall. So, therefore, if you push a little too hard, it's going to come out and bite you.
Come out and bite you like a rattlesnake on crack, I tell you what.
Yes, sir.
Very impressed, though, with Edward Bray, self-spin. And he has worked his way up to very solid 2nd position. Not sure what shape his tires are in, but, Ronald Klein sitting there in 3rd place. Very impressive. Jack Watts holding steady top 5 all night. Still looking at having 14 drivers out here on the lead lap. David Buttersworth, the number 81, our final driver on that lead lap. Joel Guy sporting the number 91 Mellow Yellow tonight. Interesting paint scheme there for number 91 of Joel Guy. And away we go back to green flag racing. Riding behind the number 91 of Joel Guy. Going to drop way back in the rear of the field. Joel Guy taking it nice and easy here on lap 37. Do you think Joel Guy might be onto something right here, Lee, taking it this easy early on?
Yeah, exactly. He's definitely saving his tires and not wearing his equipment out right now, and let him duke it out in the front, and there's plenty more laps to go. So
number 81, High Performance Racing, David Buttersworth. He is definitely tearing those tires apart, working his way up through the field. A man on a mission, running hard, passing the number 40, passing the number 88, coming up onto the number 21 of Freeman Kelly. I think David Buttersworth is risking spinning out that High Performance Racing Chevy SS. Putting that kind of pressure on these tires here at Richmond will surely cause that ass end to fly. Not a good way, folks.
yeah, no, definitely. Like I was saying before, we're coming off that corner. As you see, most of these guys right now, they're diving down, and when they're coming up, you want to try to get as close as you can to the wall to get that draft, and then get back into that corner.
Number 81 onto the outside of the number 40 of Greg McClendon. McClendon still in it to win it. Got a brand new Chevy SS, looking very sharp up there. Freeman Kelly in position 9th, racing with Howard Bell.
We got a question out here, bud.
Caution is out. Contact between the number 64 and the number 91. Going to jump up here to the 64 and see exactly what went wrong. Actually, we're seeing the number 81, David Buttersworth, hitting that wall first. The number 64 backing out of it a little bit as a precautionary. And then the number 43 making contact with the number 64 of Lee Staples. And then the number 91, Joel Guy, into Lee Staples, bringing out our third caution of the night here at Richmond. Tough break there for Lee Staples and Joel Guy.
Yeah, buddy, that is tough for Lee Staples, because Lee Staples is my buddy, because we have the same name. Me and him like running together.
That'll put Greg McClendon out there on that front line. Not sure if Greg will stay out there or not. Front line can be a mighty scary place, and we're not quite even to that halfway point yet, folks. Gives us time to get a... Oh, there he goes. Greg McClendon, indeed, going into pit row. We're going to let Greg McClendon get in and out of pit row, and then we're going to get a chat in with Mr. Greg. Still have yet to see any green flag pit stops out here at Richmond. Anything is possible. I have faith in these drivers. How about it, Greg McClendon? Have you got a copy?
Got it, Scott. What's going on, brother?
How you doing? How you looking out here tonight at Richmond?
Oh, I'm just out here just trying to make a couple of laps out here. I haven't been able to race here for a minute or two, and been having some health issues as long as in addition to employment issues right now. I'm trying to figure out what my next move is going to be, but being that I can work at any place in the continental U.S., I can pretty much choose my own destiny, pretty much.
Nice, nice. All right, talk to us about how the car's treating you and what your thoughts are on the first half of the race.
Well, so far so good. In practice, I saw a lot of guys. If we get a long green flag run, you guys can pretty much expect to see what I saw in practice. A lot of guys very, very loose under throttle on exit of these corners, and you got to treat that bad boy like an eggshell.
All righty, and real quick, talk to us about Blaze Pizza, very quickly.
Well, Blaze Pizza is home of big friendly smiles, lively fun interactions. We always say yes, Zoom go really fast, and we exceed expectations. Guys, if you haven't tried it yet, I guarantee you there's somebody, a franchising person, maybe myself, probably be looking into getting a Blaze Pizza nearest you as soon as possible. If you haven't experienced it yet, it's the best thing ever. We have over 40 toppings that you can choose from, and we have 8 signature pizzas that you can modify any way you like.
Nice. Sounds good stuff, making me hungry. All right, we're getting ready to roll. Good luck to you, Greg.
Thanks, bud.
All right, Lee, we're getting ready to roll back to green flag racing. We got Jack Watts up there leading his 4th lap of the night. So we have had 3 lead changes out here tonight.
Yeah, it sure does look like that. Jack Watts is he's taking off. He's pulling ahead.
Matthew Quick still in a very strong 2nd position.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Looks like he's doing pretty good tonight. We got a good setup in his car.
Travis Browder in 3rd, Donald Stewart in 4th, and Edward Gray very Pretty solid in position 5. I'm looking at the number 78 of Donald Stewart, though. Slow and steady, winning that pace on here tonight.
Yep, that's what it's gonna take. Like I said, you don't want to burn up them tires. You want to just take it easy and do what you got to do. Run your laps. Let them push it.
Donald Stewart did start out here tonight in 11th, and he has been riding along pretty solid in 4th position. We are at the halfway point of tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen. We are on lap 51 of 100. Want to give a big shout out there to the fans out there on the KMA team chat. Big shout out there to Mom and Dad Whitmer showing us out. I do believe we are looking at David Buttersworth in the number 81. As we back it up and look at it, it looks like the number 81 of David Buttersworth whipping around as the number 88. Now that one there, folks, I think that might have been a little bit of net code there between the 81 and the 88. Because it does appear the 81 just took an odd maneuver there. I don't believe the 88 actually touched onto the number 81, but nonetheless, the 81 going for a spin in our first back-to-back caution out here tonight.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay right now. It definitely looks like that. Like some net code happened there. Nobody was even around him. The 18, let me
that'll put Matthew Quick out there on the front, regaining his throne for the night. Lap 53 of 100, and he has led 43 laps out here tonight. Greg McClendon has led 1 lap. Jack Watts has led 9. Travis Browder has yet to lead a lap out here tonight at Richmond. Only lap that really matters, Lee, is that very last lap.
Yes, sir. And yeah, it was a little weird. It was the 88 was below the 81, so maybe it looks like it could be a net code, or maybe the 88 sucked a little bit of air off the 81 there as he dove down underneath them as they were going around the corner.
Both drivers very reputable drivers, but you know, like they say, it's racing, and if you ain't racing, you're pacing. But we'd like to see a little bit less pacing, a little bit more racing. Still looking for green flag pit stops out here tonight at Richmond. Take a look at our race summary. Laps complete, 54 of 100. Lead changes are 4. 18 caution laps, 4 cautions. Tonight's race brought to you by Blaze Pizza and Greg McClendon. Greg McClendon sitting in position 6, along with his teammate Howard Bell in position 7.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, buddy, Scott, Blaze Pizza is great pizza, man. That is a wonderful place to visit and a great atmosphere. You definitely get what you want on your pizza. You want a ton of meat, you get a ton of meat. You want a ton of sausage, bacon, or even if you want just a veggie pie or something like that. It's you get wonderful pizza.
That's something I definitely enjoyed about it on my visit up there. Being able to build your own, and you get it just exactly as you want it.
Exactly.
Getting ready to go back to green flag racing one more time. That was our first set of back-to-back cautions. Kind of took us a little bit by surprise. Matthew Quick in the squatty potty helping your needs, number 1 and number 2. And they are number 1 in helping you with your number 1 and your number 2. Travis Browder on the M&Ms on the outside. No car is in, and away we go. One more time, Edward Gray with a big run up on that inside of the number 18. But here comes the number 76 of Ronald Klein and the number 24 of George Stratton. George Stratton making something happen out here tonight on that 15-7. Klein getting ready to put his nose underneath the number 24. Well, I tell you what, here at Richmond Lee, talk to us about leaving that inside door open.
You leave it open, somebody might jump down there and take it, but sometimes, somebody pushes a little too hard and, then they come pushing up into you. So then, therefore, you take yourself out and somebody else out. So sometimes you got to watch a little bit.
76 and 40 going for a spin.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. That's probably a prime example. If we go back and watch replay and see what happens there, that could be exactly what happened.
Well, we still are under green flag, but we had the cameras on the number 76 and on the number 4.
Oh, there we got
there it
two
is.
more up there, 77 and somebody else, I believe, up in the wall.
Well, that'll be the number 88 and the number 77 bringing out that caution. Now, the first one there, Lee, did not bring it out. The one between Ronald Klein and Greg McClendon did not bring it out. But the one we're watching now between the number 77, Jack Watts, and the number 88 of Howard Bell.
The other two cars, they were down below the yellow line, so they were out of the race line.
Almost appeared like the number.
It wasn't a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal that two cars wrecked, but it wasn't in the racing, where the other two cars, the 77 and the 88, were up in the high side, and they were, in danger of other cars, so therefore, they had to throw the caution out for us.
Well, and I tell you, looking at the wreck between the number 88 and the number 77, if I were the 77, I would be just a tad bit upset. Because I tell you what, the 88 looked like he had a good run right there.
Well, he did. There you go. Where I was saying before, Buddy Scott, is I
didn't see any lift.
You get that little bit of a run, and therefore you're going underneath them, and you push up with just a little bit. Where he's running the high side and coming down into the corner, and they both collide. He was coming into it as a different way. And the 88 came into it as another way. So therefore, two different drivers, two ways of entering the corner is gonna, cause mayhem sometimes.
David Buttersworth still on track. Ronald Klein got back out onto that track. Greg McClendon back out on track. Jack Watts recovering into position 10. William Van Diver heading down pit row in the number 43. Good to see Ronald Klein and Greg McClendon and Jack Watts still alive out here. That'll put Matthew Quick, Travis Browder, and Edward Bray in positions 1, 2, and 3 with 37 laps to go here in our Friday Night Flights Cup Series at Richmond. Big shout out there to Chris Hogue talking about the mechanics. Mechanics very busy out here tonight, Chris. Painters are going to be busy in the shop tomorrow. But I tell you what, Lee, looking at the squatty potty out there, the number 89 on that front line, I'm not sure there's a dink or a dang on him.
Yeah, no, I see the same thing. He's just playing it safe right now. That's a smart move. But I think, not sure if I go back and take a look at, he's up front. I think he only took 2 tires, but he's been playing it safe, so therefore, he probably didn't burn up his equipment and use it up.
Travis Browder in the same boat has yet to lead a lap. And, I think Travis Browder would probably be pretty happy coming home with a solid position 2 tonight to Matthew Quick, knowing that he ran a clean race tonight.
Oh, definitely. But, you can't count out Travis. Travis is like the Reaper. Look at Reaper. He's sitting there in 3rd place bottom line in a very good position right now. where he can hold off Travis and just, you know, hunt down that 89 and, you know, put that pressure on the back of him where he watches the mirror and maybe make a mistake. I've been in that situation many times, so I know all about Edward behind you.
All right, now talk to me about go time now here at Richmond with us. 17-second laps here. We're looking at 35 laps to go. Pace car is in. Is it go time? Is it get to the hill, return the track, and stay there time?
Not really. You know, there is still a little bit of laps to go, so I would just, you know, consider save a little bit more. But you know, I'm not as here we go. We got a car losing it. I'm not sure, number 78, I believe that was. No caution. He was way down below, but you know, I enjoy racing with these guys. It's definitely, I apologize for my, you know, being up in the booth here. It's the first time for me, so if I'm a little here and there, you know.
No, you're doing a great job. Doing a great job.
Great, you know, stay with me.
Whoa, got some net code out there on the track right there. Now, I did see some serious net code. Saw a car morph into the wall there in the general vicinity of 12th position.
No, we still got no caution here, so they're still out of a line of fire here. We got Travis here. He's hunting him down. He's hunting the number 89 down. You got Edward, you know, as the Reaper, as they call him, sitting back there, just letting them burn up their equipment.
Side by side with the number 24. Good hard racing right there between George and Edward.
And here we go. We got side by side going on right now with Travis and the number 89 of Matthew Quick. Travis takes that lower line, you know. Maybe Travis will get up front and get some of that fresh air and settle down and start leading the pack and putting the lap times down. Setting the pace for everybody.
Travis Browder starting to get a little anxious, has finally led one lap. Matthew Quick has led 60. I don't think Matthew Quick right now is too worried about whether or not Travis leads 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 laps.
Yeah, no, definitely, probably not. You know, Matthew Quick is on the same mentality as Travis. You know, Travis is probably just getting a little anxious and, you know, wanted to get up there and get some fresh air and see what he's got, see what his setup's got in clean air and run up front for a little while. Set the pace and see what's going on.
Jack Lott still holding very steady in position 5, along with Lee Staples in position 6. William Van Dyke in position 7. Edward Gray has dropped down to position 4. George Stratton has risen up to position 3. Matthew Quick, Travis Browder, positions 2 and 1 with 27 to go. I really do like the way these guys have been racing out here tonight as we are watching William Van Diver and Lee Staples. Lee Staples out here with Black Town Racing teammate of Edward Gray. Lee Staples in position 7.
Oh, we had a car up on the wall there, buddy.
That'll be David Buttersworth. Nope. Not David Buttersworth. Four laps to go in tonight's 100th lap. Try to make right to the shot out there to Blaze. Pizza, Travis Browder leading his 7th lap of the night. Travis Browder starting to having some fun out here tonight.
Yeah, he likes running up front there for a little while. He looks like he's, you know, setting the pace a little bit of a faster pace so these guys burn up their stuff a little bit more. Travis is pretty good at putting some setups in the car and getting everybody to run a little bit of a faster pace, and then playing a different pitch strategy than everybody else does, and coming out at the end.
12 drivers remaining on the lead lap. Brad Green, Ronald Klein, positions 12 and 11. Greg McClendon, Freeman Kelly, David Buttersworth. As we work our way forward. Southeast Motorsports number 77 of Jack Watts, trying to work his way around the inside of the number 43 of William Van Diver. William Van Diver working with the guys from Dark Horse Racing Team. Straight line formation by Travis, Matthew, and George. At this point in time, Lee, it could be a matter of who is going to have the best tires left.
That's right, buddy. That's what I was saying. And as I see here, there's Travis is pushing it a little hard. Where maybe Matthew is thinking, you know what? Let Travis go out there and push it. Save some of my equipment and tires, and make some moves at the end. Well, we're at 27 laps left, 26 laps left.
Looking at 17 laps to go.
Oh, yeah, so they're definitely good on fuel, so he's just putting the pressure on Travis right now.
Matthew Quick doing a great job, but I think he is toying with Travis Raleigh. George Stratton, number 24, doing a great job out there. Not sure if George has succumbed to a third position, or if he's thinking, you know what, I'm going to take Matthew and Travis and take them both on that last lap.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what he's thinking too, is maybe let them burn up their equipment and let me go. But like I said, Matthew's holding back right now. Matthew's just riding around following Travis, letting Travis push it.
William Van Diver not out of it either. Fourth position, he is 0.6 back. So all William Van Diver needs is a mistake to be made from our top three. 87,100, 13 to go, 5 gear changes, 5 cautions.
Yeah, well, definitely. He's hoping that these three guys start pushing each other a little too hard, and one or two of them wash up, and he can slide right underneath them.
Well, he has caught up there to the number 24.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. So, hoping that he can get underneath them and maybe get a second or first place out of it.
Well, he is sliding underneath the number 24, number 24. George Stratton letting his teammate, the number 43 of William Van Diver, with a clean and fair pass.
Yeah, maybe, he could be on a little bit of fresh tires, or maybe he's like, you know what? Go ahead, go up there if you're in such a rush. See what they got, push them, and I can slide past all three of you guys. Oh, there we go. We got a lap car spinning.
And we are looking at contact between Greg McClendon and the number 81. Going to back it up, take a look at it. Now, I do know we were 3 wide there with the number 64. Can't really tell exactly what happened there with the number 40. Going to back it up and change directions on that angle and see what we can see. I feel like the number 40 tried to thread the needle between the number 81 and the 64 and did not quite work out. That'll bring out our 6th caution of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Back up to live action here with Travis Browder. That'll put Travis Browder on that number 1 spot. So right here, by the time we get back to Green Flag Racing League, we're going to be looking at about a 5-lap shootout. Tires, no tires, pit row, no.
Oh yeah, some of these guys are definitely taking 2 tires. You got number 89 right here. He's grabbing 4 tires. Look here, Matthew Quick is grabbing 4 tires and he's getting back out there. You know, he's got 4 fresh sneakers on, so he's ready to go.
I didn't see Travis go into pit row. Didn't see Lee Staples or Edward Bray in pit row.
Yeah, I know. And as of right now, they're showing that Matthew Quick is sitting in 4th place.
Very interesting.
Oh, no, he just dropped down to 6th, sorry. But, you know, Travis is in 1st. You got Lee Staples in 2nd, Edward Bray. Edward Bray saves his equipment, so can't count him out. But, you know, and then you got Ronald Klein. Can't count him out either, but tell you what, Matthew Quick is sitting back in 6th with 4 fresh tires. Could be an interesting race with 6 laps to go. Probably what,
it will be, and it's going to be
5 to go when they drop the green. 4.
We should be going with about 3 to go, 4 to go.
Yep, 4 to have to believe 4 to go.
And I tell you, I don't think we've seen our last caution, because in a situation like this, Lee, you know as well as I do, they're going to put balls to the wall, and there will be no forgiveness.
Oh, of course. And like I said, you know, the first 5 cars have, you know, older tires, where you've got Matthew Quick sitting on 4 fresh skippies, you know, with 4 to go. So some of these guys have been pushing it and might slide up, hit one another, or hit a wall, come back down. So see how it goes with the 4 to go.
Right now we are on lap 94 of another 6 to go. 5 each and 6 caution of the night. Join us tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, as we head back to the Super Speedway. Get a little bit of tally truck action going on for you. Drivers are getting situated. Here's we'll have Travis Browder on that inside lane, side by side with Lee Staples. Edward Bray down on the inside with Brad Ring up on his right. Ronald Klein will be restarting side by side with Matthew Quick. But Matthew Quick's going to be the boy to watch out here tonight with those brand new 6 tires.
Yeah, that's all right. You know, I have some love for Lee Staples, so hopefully, you know, it's my birthday. My name is Lee. Me and Lee Staples have some fun. We're going green, and here we go. Hopefully he takes the win, or Edward Bray. But,
contact with number 43. As number 21, as the number 43 appeared to not go. We were almost 3 wide on that start. Direct violation there. Number 21 splitting the number 43 and then getting into it with the number 81.
Oh, yeah, sorry, but I didn't see that. I was watching more up front, but you're right. You know, here's that other caution. So I think we're going to finish this under now, because obviously there's no more, you know, unfortunately iRacing has not bought out the, you know, the green-white checker yet where we can run it before you get to that line. So unfortunately, I believe that, you know, Travis is going to take the win. Like I said, never leave it to Travis.
Now that will be our 7th caution of the night, and indeed, this is going to wrap up this race here tonight.
Yeah, like I said, buddy, never Travis, never count out Travis. Or Edward Bray or Lee Staples, any of those guys, you know, they played the right strategy, and it all worked out for them.
We are going to be looking at Black Talon in position 2 and 3. Travis Browder up there in 1. I do want to get confirmation with Edward Bray, though. How about it, Edward Bray? Have you got a copy?
How's it going, Scott?
Doing good. Wow, what a crazy finish. Is it over, sir?
Yes, it is.
All right, well, how are you feeling about that third place position underneath these circumstances?
Oh, I'm very happy with it, especially after that first caution that pretty much brought out. Other than that, it was just trying to be patient, trying to race clean, and it came down to that last caution. It was either go away and get fresh tires, or it was stay out and take a chance. And evidently, staying out, taking a chance paid off.
Now, you got to be pretty happy seeing your teammate up there in position number 2.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely great to see Black Talon pulling out a second and third place.
All righty. And how are you feeling about coming up on tomorrow night back at that speedway?
Oh, I'm excited. You know me. I love the speedways, and I'm loving that drafting. And you know, I'll push anybody and everybody.
All right, copy that. How about Lee Staples?
Hey, Scott, how's it going?
Doing good. Talk to me about your night, brother.
Oh, I thought I was just mediocre tonight. I don't know how I'm running second. I did not feel very good in practice at all. I couldn't find a setup I was completely happy with. So, you know, I just decided to dial it down for the race and try my best not to wreck, and it paid off in the end.
All right. Anybody you want to give a big shout out there to?
Just my wife. I appreciate her letting me do this. KMA, you, Scott, and also RTA Motorsports for broadcasting Wednesdays and Thursdays.
All righty. Good deal. How about it, Travis Browder? Have you got a copy?
Hey, Scott. Hey, how are you?
Doing good. I'm going to let Lee talk to you for a few.
All right.
Hey, what's going on, Travis?
Hey, Lee. How are you? Hey.
Not much, buddy, man. There you go. I was hyping you up there, saying how you know, never fails. Sitting back there saving them tires.
Oh yeah, it was a fun race. I was hoping it went green to the end there on that last green flag. But that longer run we had looked like we were going to go green. You know, I was just being patient, you know, just running my race, and this Eminem's Caramel Camry was really good, and I ran a Richmond setup, the fixed setup. I made a little tweaks on it in practice, and I think I got it. I had it pretty stable tonight. It was a little loose at times. You know, I was just trying to hang on to the car and throttle control, just trying to be patient, and got this Eminem's Caramel Victory Lane tonight here at Richmond.
Yes, sir, definitely. Like I said, you know, early in the race, I was like, don't count him out, man. He's sitting back there. He's like the Sharp, like the Reaper. You know, you guys build your setups, you do good, and you know, you're patient, and then you attack at the end. But good job there, bud. And my first broadcast up here in the booth with Scott, so
cool.
Hopefully you enjoy it later on when you watch the replay and see how your race went.
Oh, I will, absolutely. I went to help the drivers on that last restart, the counted down, because the top 5 are on old tires, so I went to count it down to try to help the drivers, to try to hang on them old tires, so we get to try to spread the field a little bit, to try to get green to the end. But hey, it is what it is. It's Richmond, so we'll go on to Chicagoland next week.
Yeah, I know, and I'll be back there racing with you guys. You know, I'm up here in the booth with him right now, having fun, but don't count me out. Like I said, last time I was out for a week, and what was that? A week and a half I was out, and I won a race, and I came back and took second in the next one. So I took another week off. So I maybe have some for you next week, bud.
Cool, man. Thanks, guys.
No problem. Thank you.
All right,
Yep.
Good job, Travis Browder. Winning it tonight, Friday Night Flights. Good job, Travis Browder.
Thanks.
All right, Lee, I certainly do appreciate you joining us up in the booth tonight.
Oh, I appreciate it too, but it's been great, and hospitality's been awesome, and this is awesome. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone. I'm not used to it. I'd rather just be in the car doing what I got to do, but it's been a pleasure, and I hope everybody else has some fun.
All right, had a lot of fun out here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A little heavy on the cautions, but I tell you what, that's the way it goes. Join us next week as we do head out there for Chicagoland. I am Scott Kolovic. He is Lee Ryerson. I'll see you tomorrow night, Lee.
You got it, bud. Have a good night. Thank you.